Welcome from me, Peter Matthews, to the second day of the IAF World Racewalking Cup. We start with the women's 20 kilometers. World record there shown as 1 hour 26:22, shared by Wang and also Yelena Nikolaeva of Russia, who will be one of the favorites in this race. She wears number 412. There she is, Nikolaeva, the 38-year-old Russian with every claim to be one of the all-time greats of this event. World champion at this distance in Paris in 2003, and a very strong Russian team there. With Oskana Gudkova, Kozlova and Voyevodina, as well as Nikolaeva. Voyevodina, the wife of Alexei Voyevodin, who won the men's 50k on the first day of these. Very different conditions today, in fact. Yesterday, temperatures were up to 25 degrees Celsius, and the temperature here today is 14 degrees Celsius. Once again, the main challenge should come from the Chinese, led there by the Olympic champion, number 340, Wang Liping. Wang has made a very fine return to competition this year after giving birth to a baby daughter. The Italians always strong, Alfredi, Giordano, Orsini and Rigaudo. Perhaps Rigaudo in the best form so far this season. Rigaudo wearing 384 ahead of the line there. The Germans headed by number 366, national record holder Melanie Sieger. And again, a good team. They could be in contention for the medals, though certainly the Russians and the Chinese will be the favorites. Also there, the leading there is number 323, Jane Saville of Australia, twice the Commonwealth champion. So the World, Commonwealth and Olympic champions all heading their teams in this race. Speeding into the lead there, I don't think she'll stay very long. Number 415, Geeta Nandani Galaj of Sri Lanka, does her best is 1 hour 41 minutes 08 seconds. That leaves her a long way behind the likes of Nikolaeva, 15 minutes faster over this distance. So Nikolaeva wearing 412 on the right of the screen, ahead of that leading group. And it's Nikolaeva who rounds that turn in the lead. Leading from one of the German team there, Sabine Zimmer. She wears number 368. Warning discs getting ready for the competitors, and you can already see the conditions quite different from the first day. In fact, really this is ideal conditions for fast walking, and a very highly talented field here. In all, over 100 competitors in this women's race, with Nikolaeva prominent early on. Good Australian team here. They've been probably more successful in the women's walking than they have in the men's in recent years. Although they'll be looking to Nathan Deeks when it comes to the men's 20 kilometers, the last race on the program, here at Naumburg in Germany. So Nikolaeva it is who leads. Rigaudo of Italy, prominent. She wears number 384. Gillian O'Sullivan, another one to look out for, the Irish woman, second in the World Championships last year. She wears number 379. Chinese team very strong, headed perhaps by Song Hongjuan, who is Chinese champion this year. Is 19 years of age, holds the world junior record. She wears number 339. Got a really outstanding pace being set here in this early stages of the race, and 339 Song, who I just referred to, has just taken up the lead from Nikolaeva. Sieger of Germany, 366 in third place. Rigaudo, 384 of Italy up there, but really there's still a very big group at this early stage. Unlike in the men's 50k, where we saw 3 Chinese prepared to go into the lead very early on, And there is a warning for one of the competitors. Really rather difficult to make out which one was being singled out for attention there. 337, Jiang Jing, an 18-year-old Chinese walker, so a very young Chinese team. Jiang Jing, who has walked this distance in 1 hour 28 minutes 51 seconds this year, Chinese junior champion. And she's only half the age of this woman, Yelena Nikolaeva, who's got a wonderful record, but she's surprisingly never won the World Cup. She's Olympic champion back in 1996 and world champion in 2003. First competed in the World Cup in 1987 when she was 5th. She's been 3rd, and 2nd, and twice 4th in previous World Cups. So Nikolaeva looking for this to add to her portfolio of titles. Also prominent in the Russian team, number 410, Tatyana Gudkova. 339, Song of China there. And perhaps surprisingly, one of the Chinese athletes already beginning to drop back just a little bit off this leading pace. Still a big group, just looking around themselves. Certainly 3 Chinese athletes and at least 3 Russians up there in the leading group. Gudkova and Nikolaeva of Russia. Gudkova wearing 410. A little bit of an inconsistent record has Gudkova, as opposed to Nikolaeva, always so consistent. But Gudkova was 4th in the World Championships last year when she was the Russian champion, and 8th in the Olympic Games 4 years ago. But still Nikolaeva very prominent. Coming up now to the 5-kilometer point. Not especially quick, looks to be just outside 22 minutes. Nikolaeva on the right, accompanied by Rigaudo wearing 384, the Italian. It's good to see the Germans prominent as well, Sieger 366. So 22.05 for the first 5 kilometers. Nikolaeva looking very determined. Pressing on at the head of the fields, Gudkova 410. 366 Sieger. Third Russian also prominent there, that's 414 Yulia Voyevodina, the wife of the 50 kilometers champion. There's the judges' board marking the warnings that each of the competitors have had. Nikolaeva 22.05 at 5 kilometers, but still quite a big group. Just maybe now beginning to one or two to drop off the back of the leaders. So perhaps Nikolaeva is stepping up the pace a little. Still Song of China, the 19-year-olds, and Jiang of China, the 18-year-old. But now 2 of them getting clear a bit. Certainly Nikolaeva is stepping up the pace on this second 5-kilometer stretch in this 20-kilometer race. 412 Nikolaeva, and the only one going with her at the moment is Song of China. Then there's a little bit of a gap opening back to Rigaudo of Italy in 3rd place. Sieger still going well, contesting 4th and 5th place. This is perhaps a crucial stage of the race because Nikolaeva really stepping up the pace here. Song doing her best to hold on. It's a 2.5 kilometer circuit. Sieger now looks to have moved into 3rd place, but the top 2 going clear. Jane Saville of Australia also prominent. Well, this is a determined bid here for Nikolaeva to take her perhaps to her first World Cup triumph, having had 5 years placing in the top 5 before over the last 2 decades. There's another warning. They've all got to be very careful to maintain their form. They've got to maintain the concentration as much as anything else. Maintaining contact with the ground and that straightening of the leg that's so essential. But at 10 kilometers, Nikolaeva, yes, she's reached it in 43 minutes 29 seconds. So that means that after an opening 5 kilometers of 22 minutes 5 seconds, she's taken 21:24 for the second 5K. So that really is putting down the pressure there with a very fast second 5 kilometers. And team contest very close then between Russia and China, 18 and 20 points at that stage. And then again very close between Italy, Romania and Belarus for the bronze. Let's hope not too many women fall foul of the judges. There's bound to be a few in a race of this quality where the competitors are really straining everything to go as fast as they possibly can without transgressing. But that's always the problem of walking, because of course there's always a faster way of moving, and that's by breaking into a run, and you're not allowed to do that. So here's Song of China, but she's being caught by Rigaudo of Italy and also by Voyevodina of Russia, going 4:14. But Nikolaeva really now out on her own. That chart showing what I just described before, that very fast second kilometre in this race. And she'll shortly be arriving at the 15-kilometre stage. Well, an hour into this race now, and she'll certainly be looking to complete the course in well under the hour and a half. Could be online for a new championship record. That's the gap. Nikolaeva now leading by 35 seconds from Rigaudo and Song. Those two locked together. Jane Saville wearing 323. And Maria Vasco, number 353. She's made up quite a lot of ground, the Olympic bronze medalist. The Spaniard who's already competed in I think about 4 20-kilometre races this year. She races often, she races hard, and she'll be looking once again to have a go at an Olympic medal. But not so good for one of the other Russians. Number 410, Tatiana Gudkova, has fallen foul of the judges. She's disqualified. No problems though for Nikolaeva. Out in front. She passed the 15-kilometre in a very fast 1 hour, 5 minutes, 13 seconds. So the third 5-kilometre stretch in 21 minutes, 44 seconds. 337. Jiang Jing of China has now moved up into second place in this race. But it's Nikolaeva out in front of Jiang. Jiang certainly closed some ground, but it's still 32 seconds down. So although the Chinese athlete is gaining on the Russian, that huge injection of pace which Nikolaeva put in between 5 kilometres and 10 kilometres certainly proving to be worthy tactics here. But she's got to hold on. There's a determined finish now from Jiang Jing, the 18-year-old Chinese athlete, 20 years younger than Nikolaeva, is gaining with every kilometre. But now, here she comes, up to the finish line, and Yelena Nikolaeva takes the World Cup for the first time and a new championship record, 1 hour, 27 minutes and 24 seconds. The young Chinese competitor, Jiang Jing of China, has smashed her personal best to take second and the silver medal. Well, she gained a lot of ground to finish just 10 seconds down, but it wasn't quite enough. Nikolaeva winning, Jiang Jing in second place, and in third place Maria Vasco of Spain. There's confirmation of the result. A lot of personal bests and some national records there, including, the German crowd will be delighted to see, in ninth place Melanie Seeger in 1:28.17. A very high standard indeed, and that's a record number of 14 women running, walking rather I should say, under 1 hour 30 seconds. Previous best ever in any race, just 8. So best ever standard in depth, with the winner fittingly Yelena Nikolaeva, perhaps the greatest ever women's race walker, from Jiang of China and Vasco of Spain. team title went to China, Russia in second place, and Romania taking the bronze medals.